us start with roll call.
Johnson.
I'm here.
Wyford.
Here.
Markham.
Here.
Miller.
Here.
Taylor.
Here.
Smiley.
Here.
Smith Charles.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Wonderful. Next is our Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll ask Commissioner Miller to lead us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Up next is the approval of the minutes dated May 13, 2026.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Miller, supported by Commissioner Taylor. Any additions or corrections? Seeing none, we can do a voice vote. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing no opposition, so those minutes are approved. And we are now on to item 5, which is the approval of the agenda. A motion to do so. Moved by Commissioner Miller, supported by Commissioner Markham. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the approval of the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Hearing no opposition, the agenda is approved. Next, we have our first public comment, which is a opportunity for members of the public to address this body on items related to the agenda. You are afforded 3 wonderful minutes to speak. If there's anyone here who'd like to address this committee on items on the agenda, please make your way to the front for your opportunity to speak. Seeing no one making their way, I will go ahead and close that first public comment. And it takes us to item 7, which is comms, communication. We've got 5 items under communications. Aviation Airport Committee meeting minutes, March 4th, Economic Development, Workforce Development, American Rescue Plan Skilled and Educated Workforce Quarterly Report through December 31st, 2025. The Executive's Office Monthly Report, Pontiac Redevelopment Project, Economic Development Monthly Report for Oakland Thrive, and recently added here, so if you didn't refresh or check the agenda most recently, we have item E, which is the Board of Commissioners application for 2026 Local Road Improvement Program. And so those are our items. Are there any questions or anything on that? Otherwise, we can go ahead and receive and file. Yes. Commissioner Wyford moves to receive and file, supported by Commissioner Smiley. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and prompt the vote on this. So item 7, we're prompting.
Miller.
Yes.
You have 7 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you, that motion carries. Next up is item 8, which is our consent agenda. We have one item, item A, which is the fiscal year 2026 appropriation with the City of Rochester for Tri-Party Road Improvement Program, project number 58601. This is a budget amendment. May I get a motion to amend this? Or at least open it for discussion?
Yeah.
Moved by Commissioner Johnson, supported by Commissioner Miller. Mr. Johnson.
For discussion?
Yeah.
I actually, it's a question. Who's on this committee? I'm not on that.
It's not a
It's not a committee.
Oh, it's not a committee. This is the consent agenda.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then my question is, oh God, I don't know whom to ask this question to. I'm just curious. It's a great intersection. This is not my district, it's Commissioner Spiz's district. And I have no problem doing a tri-party improvement on it. I'm just curious because we love a roundabout in the Rochester area. And I'm curious why we would add a right turn lane only rather than convert that intersection into a roundabout intersection, which tends to be what we do. I don't know if y'all are like that, but we do that relentlessly in the Rochester area. So I was just kind of curious about that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it was largely driven by RCOC as far as exactly what. And, you know, you're more than welcome to vote how you want, and then you can easily follow up too.
Yeah.
With any other thoughts.
I thought we had a subcommittee first, okay, never mind.
For LRIP, maybe you're thinking local road
That is what I'm
improvement.
thinking, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful.
Oh, the tri-party doesn't have its own committee, okay.
See?
It's really.
Yeah, I kind of mashed them together.
Yeah.
a little bit, too.
They feel the same.
They do.
They often do, yes.
LRIP's much
The
more.
numbers aren't,
Commissioner Wyper?
the numbers aren't, you know.
Yeah, they're-
close, but, I mean, and then as this, I mean, 272 is the whole,
Right.
I mean, that's,
It's a cheap project.
that's, yeah, a roundabout would be 2,072,000.
Totally understand, it's just like, it's not a super busy intersection, this is the intersection of DeQuinder and 25 Mile, it's called Running to Tinkin. But it's pretty, I don't know, it would be a standard conversion, which we see fairly often, so.
Mhm. Okay, well, thank you for raising that.
Yeah.
If there's nothing further on this, we can go ahead and prompt the vote on 8A.
You have 7 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you. Yeah, I almost lost a tire coming to our reception before our State of the County down one of the Rochester roads. I was like, oh,
Roundabout?
no, I mean, it was a right, I was making a
Oh,
right
okay.
turn into a gravel pit. Okay, next up is section 9 on our agenda, which all falls under Water Resource Commissioner, who I see has their team assembled today. So we'll start with 9A, which is the authorizing of issuance of bonds for the Pontiac Woodward Loop Sewage Disposal Improvement Project. I'll need a motion to open that.
I'll move it.
Moved by Commissioner Markham, supported by Commissioner Smiley. And anyone presenting, please come on to the front. Make yourselves comfortable. I see online you have some folks with you. The more you come, the more we know you, but just in case, we please ask that you introduce yourself with your role and for the record.
I'm Ben Lewis, I'm Assistant Chief Engineer for the Water Resource Commissioner's Office. With us today, we have Eric McLaughlin from Dickinson Wright, our legal counsel. Online, we have Steve Burke from MFCI Financial, and Mike Walsh, who is our project engineer.
Thank you, Ben. Welcome all of you.
Thank you.
So we have a sewage disposal improvement project. I mean, let's talk funds.
Exciting.
So we were here in March requesting approval for notice of intent to issue bonds. So we're following up today with that request to authorize the issuance of bonds not to exceed $5.5 million for the Woodward Loop project, which we're going to be doing sanitary sewer improvements in conjunction with MDOT on their projects. So we will follow, well, not necessarily follow them, be ahead of them and work with them in the project so that we don't duplicate services in removing pavement and use their traffic control to get the project installed and save money going forward with that. So if you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to answer them.
Thank you. Let's see. If anyone has any questions, certainly let me know. Commissioner Wyper?
The item summary is a little bit, it's a little bit loose on, we have right entry, but do we haven't finalized the easements or the acquisition of property rights, or what, it seems, I know you're working with MDOT and you're doing some stuff, but it seems a little bit loose on what's happening.
Correct. We have right of entry for there's a sewer underneath the bat zone, which is, if you're familiar with that, it's M59 and Woodward.
Yeah.
It's the southeast corner. And we have right of entry to do the work. I think we are still in negotiations with how much that right of entry is gonna cost us. If we can't settle on something, the court will settle it for us. And so we're still working on that.
But you don't have any worries that, I mean, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna
You'll be
happen.
able to do it.
The question is, do we pay them what they want, what we say it's worth, or is it someplace in between? And we're trying to negotiate that now.
But I mean, it's gotta be done.
Yes.
not good to have something under a building.
No, it's never good. It's worse for them
That's-
than
I
it
mean,
is.
it's worse, right?
Yeah.
I mean, don't they understand that it's,
Yeah, but when the government comes calling and somebody needs something, they see dollars.
I think,
Did you say it's a bat zone? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought a protected species.
That'd be a whole nother
County.
problem.
Yeah. Commissioner Johnson?
Well, it was on that, okay, I just Googled this. I used to work at the zoo. So my familiarity with the bat zone is when, I don't think I'm spoiling anything, about 15 years ago through about 10 years ago, there was a thought to bring a bat conservation center to the Detroit Zoo. It was in the master plan. There was also a large rescue that had been done, and there was a population of bats that anyway made its way to this bat zone in Pontiac, and it kind of functioned as a pseudo conservation sanctuary kind of center. But my impression is that it closed, and Google just confirmed that in 2018. So what is exactly happening there? I thought it was just a dormant building.
Well, for that, I would defer to Mike Walsh, who's more familiar with the negotiations and what's going on. So Mike, could you help us with that?
He's online.
Yeah, I can, Ben, and I apologize that I can't get my camera working. So we are essentially rerouting the sewer, abandoning the sewer that's underneath the building, and converting part of that to a sanitary service lead for the building, and rerouting it around the building. So that will no longer be a problem. We did have to get a little bit of easement, permanent and temporary, from the property owner. And without having the right-of-way agent here, I can't speak to where we're at as far as the negotiation on the price of that easement. We do have right of entry, like Ben said, so we can construct the project. But the last I heard, we valued the property that we're going to acquire at about $8,000. They kicked it back and said, well, we want 16. And last I heard is they're probably going to shoot for 12. And it honestly, it might even be resolved, but I haven't checked with her from the right-of-way agent in a while. But that problem is going to go away. It might increase the value of that property. You see this out there a lot, unfortunately, where there's a sewer underneath buildings or homes, and you wonder how the heck did that happen. But so anyway, that's the work we're going to be undertaking out there sometime next year.
I guess if I could just follow up, is there a population of bats living in the building?
No, the building is definitely not under use.
Okay.
And but no, that building is not in use, I think, for anything at this point.
Cool, thanks.
So for clarity, because I'll admit my noviceness here, we're not talking bats. BAT is an acronym for something
Oh,
else?
no, we're talking bats.
We're
Oh,
talking.
okay. Then
Sanctuary.
Then I am not losing my mind. Okay. Good. Now, I just wanted to highlight that it was mentioned is being coordinated with MDOT, but also eliminates the need for future traffic interruptions, prevents the significant redundant expense of excavating newly laid concrete once the project is finalized. So I know we all appreciate that. Any bond questions? Okay. All right, well, and I don't see any other hands. Okay. Mrs. Markham.
I was gonna say what you just did, but I feel it's really important that we're coordinating with MDOT more and more, all of our utilities. I'm really happy to see this happen.
Yeah.
So.
Agreed, thank you. All right, then we can prompt the vote on item 9A.
We have 7 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you, the motion carries. And that is recommended and forwarded to finance. Up next, thanks, is item 9B, grant acceptance with the US EPA for the Rain Smart Rebates Program. Take a motion to recommend and forward to finance. Moved by Commissioner Taylor, supported by Commissioner Whiteford. And let's see. Stephanie, Sarah, Jay, any of those names in the building? Good morning.
Good morning. My name's Stephanie Petrillo. I'm an environmental planner with the Water Resources Commissioner's Office.
Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We came in a few months ago to talk about the Rain Smart program and to highlight what we achieved in the 2-year pilot program phase. At that time, we also talked about pursuing EPA grant funding. So I'm back today to tell you that we've been awarded that funding. And we'll get into that a little bit in the next couple slides. But first, if we go to the next slide,
Just a clicker right to your right.
just a quick reminder that the Rain Smart program was developed to promote environmental stewardship to help homeowners maintain and manage stormwater on their properties through the assistance of rebates. So those who go through the program are eligible for a rebate if they install rain barrels, rain gardens, or trees on their property. Now the fun stuff, the grant that we've been awarded is a Great Lakes Restoration Initiative grant from the EPA. We will be given $745,000 over about 2.5 years. There's no county match required for this, which is excellent. And it allows us to expand the program beyond what our pilot project phase area was. So that'll include the entirety of 24 different municipalities in Oakland County. It'll also allow us to incorporate another nonprofit, Friends of the Rouge, to do the one-on-one site assessments for homeowners within the Rouge River watershed. This will be in conjunction with continuing our partnership with the Clinton River Watershed Council, who will do those site assessments for those in the Clinton River, which you can see in the slide. So that blue area is where our pilot project phase was, and we're expanding into the red area. So you can see a much larger area. And this correlates with the homeowners who reached out and told us they were also interested in the program during that pilot phase. So we're trying to capture as much interest as possible. So with the pilot program, we had over 950 total applications, and that resulted in over 480 one-on-one site assessments with homeowners. That turned into over 680 individual projects installed by about almost 300 homeowners. So it was a great pilot program. Everyone, we received a lot of great feedback on it, so we're excited to continue it for another 2 years. We expect to be able to do close to 1,000 site assessments with both watershed councils in that time, and we've already received over 700 applications since it opened in March.
I have a question for you. The 299 homeowners, I know in some of the write-up about it, it indicates that homeowners will allow the county to come on their property for some period of time. I forget what that was. Do you guys, like just in these 299, have you had to do that very much where you go back to the property?
So that's part of the property owner agreement that says they'll maintain their projects for a minimum of 5 years. We don't yet have the staff to go and make sure that they're still functioning. But ultimately that would be our goal as it continues from year to year. Similar programs in the country try to go back to 10% of their projects every year just to kind of check in with the homeowner and make sure things are going well. We're only 2 years in, so we haven't done that. We are thinking about that though, and one of the things we're doing with this grant is to kind of prepare ourselves for that, which we'll go to the next slide.
Very nice.
This is our budget breakdown. The majority is being awarded as subawards to 3 nonprofits. As I mentioned, the Clinton River Watershed Council, the Friends of the Rouge are doing the majority of, or all of the on-site, one-on-one site assessments. They're also doing equity grant installations for rain gardens, rain barrels, and trees for homeowners who apply for that. And then we're also working with the Center for Watershed Protection, who created our original tracking system, and it's worked really well for us. But we're 2 years in now, we've seen a few things that could be more efficient. We're also expanding it, so there's a small grant for them, or sub-award for them to make that more efficient on our end as far as tracking, as well as to build in how we would go back and monitor some of these projects in the future. So adding an additional component to the tracking system there. The $270,000 is directly for homeowners in the rebate payments. So that's how that budget's being broken down. And if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you. So the original pilot satisfied that original blue, if you wanna go back a slide or two. And the last couple of months you've been visiting with us, I'm just curious.
Oh, too far. Got a delay on it.
One more forward.
Oh, man.
Or
The other one.
to the right,
Yeah.
There you
So, yeah, where it says GWK pilot area, you've been here a couple times this year. So the blue area is complete, those
Those
Okay.
people are still eligible.
right, they're still eligible. I'm just wondering, this new tranche, this new grant, is that for just this new portion of what you've been coming this year about?
This grant is for anyone within the red area, so that
Red area.
also includes the blue area. So people who knew about it before are still eligible.
Okay.
Well,
I'm still gonna vote on this, but I did apply and I was approved, and so I don't think there's any, I'm really trying to make sure there's no conflict of interest for my little rain barrel that I so desperately want. Okay, good, so that's me
He's an
being
attorney.
fully disclosing, cause I'm so excited, y'all just don't know. I've had my site review and everything. They were like, why is she so excited? So is there anything else on this item, friends? Ms. Markham, followed by Mr. Johnson.
I just wanna know how this is being communicated to the public. Consistently, like I'm a homeowner over there in Farmington Hills, how do I know A, this exists, and B, I'm eligible for it, and how do I link in?
so to be completely honest with you, this first year we haven't done much because we were waiting for this grant to come through. Cause we didn't want to, announce it without having the EPA award in hand. In the past, it's been mostly social media. Our marketing group has given a marketing toolkit to the municipalities within, at that point, the GWK to share widely. And it's worked in the past. We've been on a wait list for a couple months now already, even just this year without doing much. I can't say that next year we'll probably promote more in the Rouge River because they just haven't had as much time to hear about it. But for the most part, it's been through just social media and watershed councils. Our office is promoting it minimally now that we're on a wait list, but that's how it has been. Although we've also gotten articles written in newspapers, so people are picking up on it, we just haven't been seeking that out.
I don't know if it's possible to get a shareable graphic that, commissioners can send to our residents who reside inside of this expansion area. I don't know who to ask or how to make that happen, but just know if you make it, we'll share it.
Yep.
And so we're happy to do so, and you can funnel that through Amy Aubrey if it's like a PDF of some sort or PNG.
Okay.
Brendan.
Two things, thank you very
Yes.
much, Madam Chair. Yes, I wrote about this in my community newspaper, so I'm curious. And I know y'all were at Rochester City Council a little bit afterward too, so we had kind of a 1-2 punch there. I'm curious of the 700 people who have already applied in the 26-27, do you have a rough idea of where they live, or can you definitely get us a chart later?
I could give you a chart that has the exact number. I know the majority are in the Clinton River watershed, mostly because they've known about it before as they were part
Some
of
of them
the
have.
GWK. But like a lot of people in that center area where they were eligible for the past 2 years.
But not where the river actually is, up by me.
Yes. But I can give you those exact numbers.
Okay. Second question. The budget breakdown with sub-grantees down there, no problem in theory with an even break between the watersheds. I really like that we're using watersheds to do things. It's a very romantic breakdown for me. I like that a lot. But it doesn't align with population, and I'm just curious what the per capita thought was versus the watershed thought on making it an even split.
We went even split because the area is roughly even. It's really close to 50-50. And you know, I don't think it's really going to be that tight as far as when it comes down to EPA funding. I mean, if more is needed in one area versus the other, I'm sure that could be shifted. But like a lot of programs, it's hard to know when you start what that interest level is gonna be. And there are larger lots in some of the Rouge areas, so they might have less people going through the program, but receiving more of the rebate money because they can have larger rain gardens and do more on their property. So it's kind of a give and take, and we don't really know until we go through this process.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, no, I love that, and I appreciate that insight. Anything else from anyone? All right, well, I know this is, you know, one of those fun things that we get to do, so we appreciate you all investigating this and bringing it to us. Since there's no other hands for comment, then we can go ahead and prompt a vote on 9B.
I know. You're watching this, right?
I don't know what happened. But
There we
yes.
go.
Okay.
Jamming the yes button.
7 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you, motion carries unanimously. Thank you so much, Stephanie, keep up the good work.
It's a good framework.
We have another item under Water Resource Commissioner, but before I do that, I wanna take a point of privilege. I was informed a few moments ago that Tracy, our fabulous, wonderful Tracy, is leaving us, y'all.
What?
She's retiring. For good reasons.
Tracy is retiring to go live her best life.
Wow.
And while I said no, it mattered not. So, and I asked her if it was okay if I mentioned it, and she was like, oh yeah, because it's been posted. So she was like, go ahead, mention it. So I just wanted in the middle of the meeting, before, like sometimes you do it at the end, it's like, but in the middle of the meeting, just tell you thank you for all your service. We're gonna miss you. We love you. And but she'll be here for full board, she said, next week, so you don't have to get your tissues out just yet. So I just wanted to make space for that, so thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
I'll take a motion to recommend to the board item 9C, the Water Resource Commissioner contract amendment with Auger, Klein, and Aller Architects. And it's a recommendation to the board. Moved by Commissioner Taylor, supported by Commissioner Smith-Charles. And yeah. Thank you, WRC. We know you well, but would you please introduce yourself for the
Certainly.
record?
I'm Jim Nash, the Water Resource Commissioner. On my right is Steve Korth, my Chief Manager. On my left is Ann Barrow, my Chief Deputy.
Yes. Good to see you all. And this Auger thing's not new to us. We have been at the bit on this for a little bit about a month or so. And so here we are again. This is a contract amendment. Let us know what you have for us.
Okey-doke. Well, I'm gonna let Steve explain it.
Sure, as you mentioned, it's a contract amendment for our schematic design services. Just a brief background review that was in your packet. The original architect services contract was awarded in June 2019. And then in May 2025, the board awarded a schematic design services for a fee of $744,546. And so what we put in the packet is a breakdown of this fee, and we listed several of the consultants that sub-consultants that roll up to the architect. These are specialty sub-consultants for civil engineering, structural engineering, wetland, landscape architects, things like that. And so we provided that breakdown just so everybody can get an idea of the team that's behind this schematic design process. So the schematic design is complete, but there was additional work over and above what was authorized because sub-consultants were engaged for further work so that we can get a better handle on the construction costs and overall project budget. So this additional work included additional stormwater planning, soil borings on the site, topographic survey, traffic studies, things like that, to really help us zero in on a very firm project cost as we went out to the communities and eventually back to this board about the impact on rates of our project. So that's why we're here for the third amendment to the contract. And just a high level next steps, our plan is to come back to this committee next month at the July meeting with a presentation to show the results of our schematic design, why we needed the building, where we ended up here at this point of the process. And then in August, we're gonna come back and seek approval to move on to the next phase, which would mean another amendment to the architectural services contract. And by then, we'll have things reconciled with where we're at today. But just today, we're looking for a not to exceed increase in schematic design services of $111,378.
Very good, thank you. And that is noted in the memo that you guys provided. I do see a hand, Mr. Brendan Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes.
If you'll indulge me and forgive me for ignorance, I know that it's not new or novel in construction projects like this, but I'm just curious. Some of these subcomponents are things that, in my naive perspective, are also functions of personnel within WRC. I'm just thinking like stormwater engineering, wetland survey, tree survey things, and I'm just curious. I know that it's not strange to do it this way, but when, if ever, is something considered in-houseable rather than subcontract out?
Right, typically for this type of work on a new building, of course, we do reviews on site plans for these type of things, but the resources in-house aren't really dedicated to that particular process, but we absolutely borrowed from our expertise, work with these sub-consultants on exactly what this needed to look like and the cost estimates associated with it. Again, that's why we had a couple of extra iterations to really zero in on the cost. But we did rely on some of our team actually sitting here to look at the site and look at some of the aspects that were proposed during the site plan to make sure everything fit.
Sure.
Well.
Thanks.
Let me add to that too. LEED certified was a big part of this, and obviously we had to understand the site and the soils, and we had to understand how to manage stormwater. So at a very high level, Lynn Seymour, our chief engineer over environmental, was the lead from our office on that. She managed the groups for the wetland surveys, permitting, because we have to have Eagle permits, and also the stormwater management of the site. So her team actually did fulfill that goal.
Cool.
They were engaged.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
All set?
Yeah.
Commissioner Taylor.
Yes, thank you. I do want to acknowledge the hard work and attention that you paid to this. I really, and hearing my concerns, everybody in the whole department reached out to me, met with me, and answered all my questions. I just want to say thank you for going above and beyond, because I did have some concerns and they all have been addressed and answered. And there's nobody here that can say that we've never made a mistake. But you recognized something, then you took it and corrected it and put in a process to correct it going forward. And I truly appreciate that. I'm not gonna beat any of that up because I make mistakes and I want forgiveness when I do. And I always say, when I know better, I do better. And I think that that's what you incorporated here. You recognize some things. And I just want to say, you went above and beyond. You reached out to me on several days, almost walked me through the processes. And I was a dollar and cents person. And I'm like, I see the dollars, but they're not making sense. And you helped me to make sense out of everything. So I really appreciate all that you did. And I can agree and will vote for this one with no problem. So thank you to each one of you, Jim, your whole team. I learned a lot and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing you guys learned a lot too. And I concur with Commissioner Taylor, like, I think you, Commissioner Nash, have set such a great example about leadership. Like, you know, stuff happens. The thing is to acknowledge it, address it, and then put into practice something to try to prevent it from happening again.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's what continuous improvement is all about, best practices, sharpening the saw, all of the Covey principles. So I'm certainly grateful for that, and thank you for being so communicative through this process and super nimble. Commissioner Miller?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm all set.
So just, thank you, Madam Chair. Just, you said the next phase in August, what's that phase?
So the design development phase, and then further through bidding and construction.
Okay.
We're gonna put together an amendment that covers all of that and walk you through it as much as.
And you're gonna put that out and not necessarily the engineering company's gonna get that, right? It's gonna go out for bid, so it's competitive.
So this is gonna be, we have a proposal right now from the architect for these future services that roll up into this project, and we're gonna be looking at that proposal, looking at that amendment, and going back and sharpening pencils, et cetera, before we present to the board.
What I'm saying, when it goes out, there's gonna, like, other people from the outside are gonna be able to bid on this.
The architectural services are already gonna continue to roll up under the Auger Klein right now. But as far as sub-consultants for the trades and so forth, that absolutely is gonna be.
I mean, the construction of the building is what I'm saying, so I wanna make sure, 'cause I.
Construction of the building is publicly bid,
Okay,
yes.
that's it, thank you.
Very good. Yes, Commissioner Whiteford?
So we had that other issue on the 1.5 you came back and asked for, which was done, but it went way beyond the not to exceed 700 cents. This is work already done. And the architect is paid these folks, or is this one's sitting out there?
Yeah, these are invoices which we've listed
All right.
that need to be paid.
It's worked on.
Rest of the cost is being held in abeyance until we come back.
Is this gonna help us work on the bigger issue? Getting these smaller contractors out of that's outstanding? Is it gonna help on the bigger picture?
Absolutely, yes.
That's my understanding.
That's all,
Okay,
I get it.
very good. Mr. Smiley, anything from you, sir?
No, Phil, Commissioner Whiteford covered, but
All right, well, I think all hearts and minds are clear. Then we can go ahead and prompt the vote, and this is a recommendation to the board.
We have 7 yeas, 0 nays.
Wonderful. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, folks.
Thank you.
All right, item 10A is under Community and Public Spaces Study Group Recommendations. I saw Commissioner Penny Lubes log in right on time, so I know she wants to make sure to be, at least be able to hear what's going on. So I'll take a motion to recommend to the board, item A, Board of Commissioners funding for inline skating rink at Harding Park with the City of Ferndale. Moved by Commissioner Taylor, supported by Commissioner Yolanda Smith Charles, I guess. Which is fine. I'm all for inline skating. All right, so we've got our motion, and I saw Brienne, is it? Yeah, good morning. Are you here to present?
Yep, I'm here to tackle this item with Commissioner Loops.
Okay, good morning, Commissioner Loops. Great to see you. Hope you're safe and situated. Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Your mic is on though.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
Tech.
It's the car problem.
It is the car.
Finance, is that?
Well,
Maybe unconnect
Yeah,
from
Brianne,
Bluetooth.
there's-
yeah, if you wanna hop out and hop back in and test your mic, Penny, that's fine, but we'll just have Brianne get us started, just for the sake of time.
Absolutely. So on Monday, the CAP study group met and they reviewed their first project, which was with the city of Ferndale for a brand new inline skating park. The city of Ferndale cost of the total project is $125,000, and they must raise $62,500. And once they reach that crowdfunding amount, MEDC will match it dollar for dollar. Per the CAP study group crowdfunding limits, they will match up to 35% of the crowdfunding amount with a cap at 10,000. So after the study group met, we were able to hear from the Ferndale project lead, and the study group recommended to move forward with the $10,000 pledge. The city of Ferndale project lead was able to share some great information about this project and how it's widely supported across the community. Their current skate park is about 60 years old, if my memory serves me correctly. And so it's kind of deteriorating. And with their new project design, it will be ADA accessible. It has some great environmental components to it, with some landscaping, some stormwater management systems involved. And the city has until July 10th to reach their fundraising goal. And once they reach it, they plan to start the project end of July, beginning of August.
Great. Thank you, Brianne. Just looking at my board here of anyone requesting an opportunity to speak. Mr. Smiley,
I just clicked it, but yeah.
Yes.
You do, okay.
yes.
I was asking about this before the meeting, so for a couple of people, this would be a repeat. But yeah, I was, part of this might just be my newer status. I wasn't sure what the Community and Public Spaces Study Group did or was, and why this was a Commissioner Loob's project being in Ferndale. And this all got explained to me. Before, one more question before I let you re-explain it for everybody else. It was also, it felt like this is feels like a special project thing. And it just, I didn't quite understand why this was here and going through us. And I got a good explanation on that too. But I'll let, rather than try to repeat what was said, I'll let that get explained.
Yeah. As a practice, I love when elected officials ask questions of staff privately and then ask it again publicly, because why not? So Amy, who's just so wise about all this stuff, was the best person to respond. So would you mind? Well, as you know, the special projects thing, I get it, and so you know, Penny and Ferndale, it could all be super confusing. Penny, are you able to be heard yet? No. Okay, it's okay.
Sounds like she can hear us, but we.
Yeah, you can hear us.
Yeah, and I'll text her the number she can call in.
Very good.
Oh, thank you.
So Brianne, if I get any of this wrong, please correct me. But what we did is similar to like the materials management, where Commissioner Hoffman is the chair of that committee. He's the sponsor of those items when they come to ED&I. So because Commissioner Loobs is the chair of the study group that was overseeing this project, she was listed as the sponsor of this item when it came to ED&I. So this is not a special project. What it is the board had approved a budget allocation towards the MEDC Public Spaces Program to be overseen by the study group, which reports to ED&I. So based on those program guidelines, we can offer up funding to assist with the crowd raising requirement of these projects that are part of MEDC's program. So they're not coming separately, and there is the match requirement, and there is MEDC has to approve these projects as well. So it's a separate program to help support the matching funds specifically for MEDC public spaces projects.
Very well
Beautifully said, Amy. Thank you.
I agree. Thank you.
Thank you again, Amy.
You're welcome.
So then I think we're good on this item. If so, then we can go ahead and prompt the vote. It's okay.
There we go.
She's new. You did a great job.
I heard you clicking your pin at your meeting yesterday and I'm like, what's that clicking? And here I am clicking
Smiley?
mine.
Oh, sorry, yes.
You have 7 yeas, 0 nays.
Wonderful, motion carries. So congratulations Harding Park. To get your stormwater management and ADA accommodated new rink. So we'll all have to stop over there when it's all said and done.
Thank you, commissioners.
Thank you, Brianne. Okay, item 11, Board of Commissioner recommendations. This is the Board of Commissioners fiscal year 2026 appropriation for the local road improvement program. This is a budget amendment and this is a recommendation to the board. The budget amendment is why it is on the agenda twice. You know, we just did it as a receive and file. And then I took some really terrible notes, but this is required by law because
It has a public hearing.
because it has a public hearing, which, you know, is one of my favorite things. So can I get a motion to move by Miller, supported by Smiley? And if you've looked through the information, you'll see the different communities represented. Did you want to highlight anything in particular?
Nothing in particular. Like you mentioned, the Schedule B breaks down the projects requested in the applications. The applications are available to review individually under the communications. And then this request would also authorize the chair to execute the cost participation agreements with each of the communities listed in the Schedule B.
And that is the chair of the board. And I wanted to make sure to lift up for those who represent these communities. I know commissioners were made aware because Amy does a great job of communicating, but I wanted to highlight that Ortonville and Northville both declined. They didn't want our money.
And I did reach out to Northville, I am their commissioner. And they said they just don't have a project at this time. I think in the past, we've allowed communities to like stack the money one year to another.
There are communities that do that when they have an identified project.
But if they have but they don't have an identified project, which is interesting to me because I got a phone call from the mayor maybe a month ago on the boundaries of these communities, you know, because Northville's half and half, right? Oakland and Wayne County. There was a little piece of a road that was really in terrible shape and they could not get Wayne County to fix it, and Oakland County finally came out and just did it.
Nice.
Patching some potholes and, you know, doing some stuff like that. And he was very appreciative that Oakland County will step up because we've had countless battles over 8 Mile and who owns it and who plows it and who's fixing the bridge and all that stuff.
Yes.
So I did reach out and say, you're not on the list for free money for roads, and you just asked us to fix your road, and they said, we just don't have a project at this time, so I will not forget that they need to pay attention to this.
And I think we have something, not to bury the lead, but Amy is going to be putting out a survey later this year after we approve our budget here to get an idea, basically just to bring more awareness to it so that they can start thinking about those kinds of things and get on board. So thank you for that, Commissioner.
I have a, excuse me, just two very specific questions about projects.
Sure.
So I don't know. One is, Novi, good luck with Beck. That looks like hell, so have fun with that one.
Good luck with Beck.
It's a reconstruction of Beck, and that's a hellish road.
It's already torn up.
Is it really?
It's in one direction between 11 Mile and Grand River right now. Yeah, it is horrible. I live right there.
I know. No, my question is, dear old Lake Angeles, tiny community that it is, how on earth is a project only $500? That's what I'm curious about.
And it's a match.
Right.
They're only.
Didn't we ask this last year too?
We do every year.
Because of their size, they only receive approximately $261. So they come up with a project, there's the match required, so they don't have a lot of road projects, so they use it for road maintenance on their gravel roads.
So like, what is that? Is that labor for one person for one day?
I don't have their budget breakdown. They just kind of do what they can with it to make sure that they're using the funding.
I mean, good for them. It's
at
just
least
so
they
small.
It's usually just regrading of some gravel roads so that residents can safely commute to businesses.
You're talking about Los Angeles?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, well, it's seal cracking, so it's all that, if you see any blacktop, you see the rubber line,
it says regrading.
what does it?
Lake Angeles
Yeah,
is,
the wrong one,
Lake Angeles.
Kego Harbor just above it is crack sealing.
okay,
Those all make sense to me.
Yeah.
yeah.
The other thing I wanted to highlight was, and this will be,
Well, it's the grader, so it's a dirt road grader, so when you see the mounds and they make it flat, that's what it is.
Just one, okay.
Yeah.
One driver, 2 days.
this will be applicable to Commissioner Taylor because Bingham and Franklin went MIA. So I think you know that already. So as you're making your rounds and doing your engagement with the community,
You're on my list.
So I've talked to them when I had that area, and they just like, we don't wanna be part of it, but they'll complain to you that we're not helping them out, just so you know.
oh,
I've went round and round with them when I used to represent that area, and they would complain to me about us not helping with the roads. It's like, well, we have the tri-party. Like, no, we wanna be part of that.
yeah, and LRIP. So
So
Well,
okay.
okay.
No rhyme or reason, it was
just
just,
wanted to make sure the commissioners had another
Money.
bite at the
Yeah.
apple. And there is opportunity if they did come up with something where Amy, if she's feeling gracious, will entertain their application after today.
Okay,
Through the end of the budget year.
okay,
So there's still technically time.
okay. That's good to know, thank you.
Anything else on this item? All right, seeing none, we can prompt the, oh yes, we can prompt the vote.
You have 7 yeas, 0 nays?
7 yeas, 0 nays, that motion carries, wonderful, and so you know what time that it means it is. Hear ye, hear ye. Pursuant to Public Act 9 of 1985, a public hearing on the projects proposed by the 2026 Local Road Improvement Program shall be held on June 11, 2026 at 6 p.m. in the Oakland County Board of Commissioners Auditorium at 1200 North Telegraph Road in Pontiac, Michigan. And with that, we are at our second public comment. And if there is anyone in the audience who would like to address this body, please come to the front. You've got 3 minutes to address us. Good morning, Mrs. Gupta.
How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Margaret Gupta, Oakland County, or Oakland Township. Like I said, I learn a lot every time I go to these meetings. I haven't missed one. Haven't missed one in 8 months. Beautiful. I think I might have the best attendance. I just want to say congratulations on Tracy for your retirement. Good luck on that. You've been here to a lot of meetings. I have a lot to talk about. On top of 5 Zoom hearings that have been corrupted by Judge Lisa Langdon, where the first one, 5 minutes was taken out of a 25-minute meeting, that's 20%. Almost 90 of my statements were removed for additional Zoom hearings. They use and leverage technology against the public so they can rig court cases and predict outcomes. On top of my cell phone number being made invalid in the state of Michigan's judiciary, which means they cannot put my phone number in their filing management systems. So if I go to appellate court, they don't know how to do it. So they make an iteration of my phone number to make it a fax number. They cannot call me, I cannot call them. Obstruction of justice, hiring civil rights problems. And then on top of, SCAO does not assign any case number, file numbers, or record numbers to any investigations that they do. So where does this go to? I will tell you, I really love Jim Nash leadership. They owned it. They made a $1.5 million mistake. They acknowledged it. They fixed it. They will not allow it to happen again. So it's not going to be a pattern. It's not going to be a pattern. And then we got the commissioners, they ask questions, hey, listen, we really like what you did. Asking questions about accountability, hey, is that new building gonna be fine? Why are we doing in-house services versus out specialized services? Nobody's ever asked the question, why are the courts using the Zoom hearing record platform when they know the Zoom has no security nor safeguards to preserve and protect court records? A court's definition is a house of records. And everybody knows whoever controls records controls the kingdom. All right? So this is the whole point. You know, you guys asked about the bats in the building. Why aren't you guys asking about why people are not doing their jobs? You guys govern this. You guys pay 50% of the judge's salary. You guys give them the house, you give them the technology, they turn around and leverage the technology against us. I have a letter from March 25th, 2020. Court, I think it was the Court Clerks Association, Courts Association, and Scale. They said, we're gonna leverage the technology. That was March 25th, 2020. They already knew what they're gonna do with Zoom. And you guys are allowing to have, I'm not the only one. When you can rig depositions, rig court case outcomes, rig for criminal, family, probate, you know how quick it is to check if a Zoom hearing has been altered? Ask Chris Bujak. She's the court manager for both probate and circuit court. She says it takes just a couple minutes. Go in there and look at who logs in electronically, who logs out electronically. 5 minutes, and I've been doing this for 4 years. I've put my life off for 4 years, guys. I got a lot of information. Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty. Anyone else here to? I know, nothing left. Anyone else here to speak to the committee? Seeing nobody else indicating that, I will go ahead and close the second public comment. Is there any other business to come before us? Yes, Commissioner Miller.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to make sure everybody recognizes, so on May 26th in the afternoon, there was 2 MDOT workers that were killed by a speeder in a construction zone.
Oh my gosh.
Was it one was 51, one was 49 worker, and the gentleman was 24 years old, and it looks like he was speeding and lost control coming into a work zone. So please slow down in work zones. Their lives matter just as much as yours.
Yes, so true. Our thoughts and prayers are with their families because it's a tough one. Anything other business related? Well, thank you for your service, y'all. I think this is our only EDI for the month of June, so we'll be back on July 7th, if my math is correct. And with that, this meeting is adjourned.